What's the main cause of breast cancer?
Who knows?
Do you think it's more environmental or genetic?
There's a small percentage of breast cancer cases that come from a genetic origin, but this is a very small percentage of cancers, breast cancer. No, I would always put a little bit of THC because THC helps in improving mood, in combating nausea, vomiting, lack of appetite and all this stuff. But I think it's way more difficult to go for this second option for the beginning than starting with CBD. So I think CBD is a good compound and a good gate to enter the clinical scenario for these medicines.
Very good. Cool. Any question?
What we have found so far is that CBD, at least in breast cancer, works, when I say work I mean kills cancer cells, as well as, or as good as THC or THC CBD combinations. So I think we are in a privileged position to move forward towards the clinic with a compound that has not the psychotropic effects and the drawbacks, or I don't know if they are drawbacks, but what the doctors call the drawbacks of all these cannabinoid compounds. And this seems to be a particular situation for breast cancer, because in glioma, CBD doesn't work as effectively as THC. But in the case of breast cancer, and we have tried many different cancer cell lines, in all of them, and also in vivo paradigms, CBD works really well.
Would you say it works more effectively than THC? Yeah?
Yes,
That
absolutely.
That is very...
Not more effectively. I would say as effectively as THC.
Okay.
It's in our hands. When we challenge cancer cells with THC and with CBD individually, we obtain the very same response, the very same.
And obviously it makes sense if you achieve the same results with just CBD, then why have THC in it? THC in?
Well, if you are just looking at the anti-tumor responses, I don't have any argument to support THC or CBD against the other. You can choose any of them. But it's true that THC does something else. It can help patients with the psychotropic part of the effect. So if we are talking just about how these compounds kill cancer cells, you can choose any of them. In the case of breast, normal breast, the non-transformed, the non-cancerous tissue doesn't have or have very low amounts of CV2 receptors, for instance. CV2 is something that is overexpressed in the oncologic context. In a normal breast, in a healthy breast, no CV2 is detected. But when the tissue is transformed, when it becomes tumorigenic, the CV2 levels raise up. So the answer is no. On the other side, we have been analyzing the expression of CV2 and CV1 also, but mainly CV2 in human tissue and breast cancer tissue, and we have observed that the more aggressive the tumor is, the higher amount of CO2 they have, which is interesting because you would expect the other way around. We are trying to understand why these cancer cells have more CO2 receptors. That's something we are very interested in right now.
Definitely, because...
But we find a very strong correlation between the two things. The more aggressive your tumor is, the more CO2 you have. So in a sense, it's good news because if you have the target, you can be treated with these medicines. But on the other hand, it's not such a good news because you have a tumor that is very aggressive.
Yes.
But at the same time, if you know in advance that you have a lot of CO2, you can tell the doctor that you need a more aggressive therapy. So we are trying to get information, all the information. GPR55 is an orphan receptor. It's a receptor that is located in the cell surface, and it's called orphan because it doesn't have a ligand, a known ligand so far. And it's related to cannabinoid receptors, to CB1 and CB2, because some authors have demonstrated some activation of this GPR55 by certain cannabinoid compounds. But it's a receptor like CB1 and CB2. It's another one. In this case, orphan. It doesn't belong to the cannabinoid receptor family yet, because some people think that it will eventually become part of the family. I don't think so, but it's a receptor. It's a membrane receptor.
This is a question I asked you last year, which I'm going to ask you again. We talked last year about cannabinoid receptors, CB1, CB2, and there was some discussion over GPR55, whether it's actually a cannabinoid receptor or isn't it. Has there been any more movement on that?
There has been a little bit of progress. GPR55 is a very complicated receptor. I don't think it is a cannabinoid receptor, but I think it can be modulated somehow by cannabinoids. And I think part of the effect of cannabinoids, even the anti-tumoral effect, has something to do with GPR55. We still don't know which is the best way to manipulate this receptor to obtain therapeutic benefit. We still don't have that information. We don't know if it's best to block it. That's what I would say today, but we don't have the tools to manipulate the activity of the receptor yet, and that's a big problem. So we know a little bit more about its function, but we don't have the tools to manipulate it, and that's the problem.
So there's no definitive answer yet?
There's not a definitive answer yet, but we are getting closer. So we hope there are some chemists around that are synthesizing good agonists and good antagonists, so we can work a little bit more on the receptor to see if it's involved in the anti-tumor responses we observe.
Someone's predisposed to breast cancer because it's in their family, whether there would be some benefit in them taking a maintenance dose before they even... I mean, some women go through the drastic mastectomy, have the breast removed. Angelina Jolie has, for example. And I was wondering whether CBD could be effective as a preventative for someone who is predisposed.
Well, in the case of genetic breast cancer, which is the case of this person you mentioned, for example, I think it's extremely difficult to prevent the initiation and progression of the disease. Because it's not only one gene that is mutated, it's a whole signaling system that is working not well. So I honestly don't think that medicine could prevent the progression of the disease. At this stage, I think the best option is still what the surgeons do. I would love to say something differently, but the system is so malfunctioning in that case that a single medicine, I honestly don't think it could be making money. Maybe when the disease is there, it can prevent the progression, or it can slow down the progression. In these particular cases, since, as I said, everything is so screwed, nothing is going to block the progression, but maybe this could help slowing down the progression. But on the other hand, you have this applies for 10% of breast cancer patients. You have the other 90%. And maybe in those cases, something preventive could be useful. In those cases, it may work.